Just like the old empires that oppressed us, now the European Union is also a warlike project. In Brussels, they openly state that the task of the next decade is to defeat Russia on the Eastern Front. In Brussels, they openly say that after the second decade, they will match the Russians on the defense front. That is, every European individual, every European economic entity, and every European nation-state should serve this goal if they belong to the Union. We Hungarians do not want this. When Slovakia somehow slips off track, Fico will return and set things right. I don't know how many times he's done it by now. He will definitely succeed this time as well. And I wish you, dear Robert, lots of success. Thank you for the constitutional amendment. Congratulations on the constitutional amendment. Yes, we can't be simple. It's good that we're not alone. Yes, but the less normal is solitary themselves. It's good when a person has a normal neighbor, and then they also value their property accordingly. Now, let's talk about how it's no coincidence that this bridge has been destroyed twice. Then let's talk about the fact that it's not good for us that this bridge was already destroyed in the First and Second World War. Ladies and gentlemen, we did not want either of these wars. Neither the Hungarians nor the Slovaks wanted to participate in either of the world wars. Yet, we were sent to the front, and our lives were turned upside down for imperial interests. With the rebuilding of the bridge, both nations expressed simultaneously that they do not want any more bridge-destroying wars in Europe. When I was here for the first time, the Commissioner for the Expansion of the European Union, Verheugen, was also here, and the three of us expressed that we wanted to join a Europe that is a guarantor of peace. I suggest that we savor the words, as it would be about a Europe. However, the world has changed a lot since then. Just like the old empires that oppressed us, now the European Union is also a warlike project. In Brussels, they openly state that the task of the next decade is to defeat Russia on the Eastern Front. In Brussels, they openly say that after the second decade, they will match the Russians on the defense front. That is, every European individual, every European economic entity, and every European nation-state should serve this goal if they belong to the Union. We Hungarians do not want this. Yet they want to force us into it. And my dear friends, this is cold oppression. We are not very surprised by it, as we have seen such things before. To me, this bridge means that we do not want Europe to make this mistake again. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Prime Minister of Slovakia mentioned, the political representatives of the Brussels war are present in every Central European country. It is not for me to speak about Slovakia, but from there, you can quite well see what is happening on the other side. 1.
Všetky štáty by mali slúžiť tomuto cieľu.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't border because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.